I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about how to get your own authority. And I've been getting a lot of questions from people on where should you start with getting your own authority. A lot of people think it's hard, but it's really not that hard to get your own authority. But the first thing you want to do is formulate your business, figure out what you're going to be hauling once you get your authority, and figure out what is the name going to be for your business. So the first thing I would say is, when trying to get your own authority, figure out what is your name going to be. Figure out a good name for your business. Then the next thing I would say is get a employer identification number, EIN number. And basically all that does is it's like a social security number for your business. And once that is done, the next thing you want to do is register with the U.S. Department of Transportation. What I did, before I got my authority, I actually had leased to a company for a year. And what I did, I went ahead and got my EIN number, and then I registered with the U.S. Department of Transportation. So I had a DOT number, but I was still running up under someone else's authority. So what that DOT number did for me, I was able to get insurance quotes off that DOT number. So the whole while I was running up under someone else's authority, I was using my own DOT number to get different insurance quotes, so I knew where I would kind of be at once I decided to get my own MC number. But anyway, after you get your Department of Transportation number, the next thing you want to do is apply for your MC. And the MC is only $300. The MC is only $300. And once you pay your $300 to get your MC, they'll give you an MC number. The next thing you want to do is you want to start doing the other things like your VOC3. You got to do that, and basically it's just honestly I don't know, it's some type of fee you have to pay. It's like I want to say the VOC3 filing was about $30, $40. I can't remember, it's been so long since I did it, but you want to do that. It's around like $30 or $40, something like that. But after you do that, go ahead and set you up an IRP account. And basically your IRP account is what you will be using for your tag and stuff. And then after you set that up, the next thing you want to do is set up your IFTA. Your IFTA is basically going to be for your fuel taxes. You want to get that set up, and then before you haul, you want to make sure you pay your 2290 taxes. Basically, that's going to be your heavy highway taxes, and I think that's about $550 a year. And you have to do UCR. You have to pay for that. United Carrier Registration. I want to say that's what it is. You have to pay that fee. I think it's about $30, $40, $50 maybe, I want to say. And before, if you have like other trucks, more than one truck, and you have drivers, even if you are the only driver, you have to be enrolled in the drug and alcohol program. If you having drivers that are not enrolled in that. If you have more than one truck, you want to get all your drivers enrolled in the drug and alcohol program. Make sure you do that. You can't have a driver that's not enrolled in that. But basically, once you do all those things, the biggest thing with getting your authority is gonna be the insurance. And I know a lot of people you probably heard this 1,000 times. Insurance. Yes, insurance is a big thing in trucking. Insurance can be your downfall, it can be your upfall, it can be your uplifting. But make sure, once you do all these things, make sure you can get a decent insurance quote with a good company, because after you've done all that, if you do not have active insurance on file, your DOT and your MC won't be active. So insurance is going to be a big key when getting your authority. To me personally, it was the hardest thing about getting my authority was the insurance, and that was my only reason for leasing to a company. The year that I did lease to them, it was because of insurance. And insurance is going to range around $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 per year, depending on your driving record, your driving history, or however. But make sure you look around, shop around, get some decent quotes on whatever you feel like you can handle. I paid about $20,000 my first year. I'm actually coming up to my renewal. I'm hoping I can get a better renewal this time. I don't want to pay $20,000 this year. I want to go down to probably around 10 to 15. I want to be in that range, hopefully. But like I say, insurance is going to be the biggest thing with getting your authority. So make sure you can get a good quote that you can handle before you go and you make all the steps with getting your authority. Because if you do all the steps and then you figure out you can't get any insurance, or the insurance is too high for you to handle, then your MC will never go active, because your MC cannot go active without active insurance. So insurance companies usually, like I say, usually depend on your driving record. It usually be about $2,000, in between $2,000 maybe to $5,000 down. I remember when I first started driving in, I tried to get quotes. When I was leased to that company, they were giving me ridiculous amounts. Maybe because I was 21 at the time, they wanted like $4,500, $5,000 down on insurance. They wanted me to pay about $35,000, per year, and that was ridiculous. But I don't know what happened. Maybe when I turned 22, it went down. But when I turned 22, it went down to about $20,000 a year. And once I seen that, I went on ahead and I went further with trying to get my authority. But here's the thing: you do not have to get your own authority first starting out into trucking. I advise, if you're just learning about trucking, you just get into trucking, you do not have to get the MC number just starting out. Find a good company and lease on with them, for however much time you need to learn the ropes. Lease on with them, learn the game, and just keep your driving record clean until you are able to get your own authority, or until your insurance rates get where you need it to be. But like I say, I did not start out with my own authority. I leased to a company for 1 year. I did it for 1 year until I knew I could get a decent insurance quote, and then I went and got my MC. But you do not always have to do that. Just find you a good company to lease with. Lease with them. Some people like it. Some people don't even want their own authority. Some people just rather lease to a company and, you know, keep down on all the headaches because, well, I'm not going to say headaches, but it's more responsibility with your own authority. When you get your own authority, basically everything's going to be on you. Fuel, maintenance. You're going to have to get your own trailer. You're going to have to get your own trailer if you're going to pull your own, if you want to do your own thing, or if you get your own authority. Some people want to do power only. And power only is not a bad thing. Only thing is you have to go up on your insurance. Your insurance may be it's going to be a little higher doing power only. But if you're going to pull your own trailer, you're going to be responsible for your own trailer tires, your own brakes, just anything with your own authority, rather than leasing to a company and pulling their equipment. They're going to be responsible for anything that happens to that trailer, tires, brakes, whatever happens to that trailer while you're pulling it and you're leased to them. And most of them have fuel programs, good fuel programs that you can use also. So getting your authority is not a bad thing, and leasing on to a company is not a bad thing. It has its ups and downs with both, you know. When I was leased to that company, you know, I had to do things sometimes that I didn't want to do. I had to take loads sometimes that I didn't want to take. So that's what I would say about leasing to a company. Sometimes you're gonna have to do things that you don't want to do because you're leased to them. Sometimes you're gonna have to pull some freight that you might not want to pull because, you know, they're supplying you with work. So that's what I would say. That's what I would say about leasing to a company. It's just sometimes you're gonna have to do some things that you don't want to do, and that's basically my only thing about leasing to a company. I always wanted to be free. It's kind of leasing to a company. You're the owner, but it's kind of not like. It's kind of like you're not bossing yourself at the same time. But when I got my authority, and once you get your authority, you won't ever have to take a load that you don't want to take. You can, if you don't want to get up and work a day or two, you don't have to work. And that's what I would say was the biggest thing for me when I got my authority. I didn't have to do, you know, I did what I wanted to do. I went to work when I want to go to work. I go when I want. I take what I take. I don't have to take any load that I don't want to take. And I set my own rates. I negotiate with brokers, and I do everything on my own. So that's what I would say is the biggest thing about getting your own authority. If you want to do it, you know, go for it. I mean, I have no regrets about getting my own authority. It was the best thing I ever could have done. But yes, I just made this video just want to help a few people out about getting your authority. I've been getting a lot of questions about it. Where should you go? Should you lease on, or should you get your own authority? But those are basically the main two things about authority and leasing. It's just all about, you know, how you want to do it. Do you want to, you know, be your own boss, take your own loads when you want to take them, or, you know, you just want to let someone else supply the work for you. But either way is good. Do what you have to do until you get where you want to be. Everything has to start somewhere. I did not start here. You know, I worked my way up over time, but I'm going to end this video. I just want to tell you all a few things about getting your own authority, and I hope this helps a lot of people. Thank you. See y'all on the next video.